Welcome, my beautiful people. And another one coming from the north, which is hilarious to me. Tinubu should hand over to Shettima since he's going for a vacation for about 2 weeks. Everybody say they play, as in not Mokuna they play, right? Yes, if we had not experienced that bitter poison that was offered to us by Buhari, then maybe we would have supported this outcry by the northern leaders. Ali Undume is shouting today that Tinubu stop being a sit tight. Okay, every 4 months you are running to UK, to Paris. Okay, but this time you say you are going for annual leave. Hand over the power to Shettima. In 2 weeks to do what? I need to know. I need to know. Maybe Ali Ndume has forgotten. When Buhari was sick for almost 180 to 250 days, we know what it took for Buhari before he could hand over power. They handed the power. Buhari was not still hale and healthy. They grabbed the power back from Oshibanjo. Why? They said Oshibanjo in just a space of 2 weeks has turned Nigeria upside down. No, because then things were going, everything was going weary, everybody was going haywire, food was expensive, there was insecurity. Immediately Oshibanjo came, he sacked the DSS guy that was like an ally to Abba Kyari. And then they plotted a coup, and it was after then Oshibanjo became a lame dog. He started backing. He became a chihuahua, those palo dogs. That was what Oshibanjo became. They turned him to a what? In fact, they muted him. Let me put it that way. So they expect Tinubu, having learned that the presidency, you can actually do many things in just 1 week as the president. Ali Ndume who never said, Buhari, how far? You are not well. First month, they did not talk. Second month, they did not talk. Third month, they did not talk. For over like 6 months, Buhari not, but we don't know where about day. Some people said maybe Buhari is dead. There was that when they brought the idea of Jubilee of Sudan. Let me remind you, people are too forgetful, these Nigerians. And by the way, you might feel, this knee, don't they support Tinubu? Please, how have I been? The point is this: listen and listen carefully, my co-obedience. Okay? We want the North to understand that they are not the only one that can play the politics of deception. Have you not seen the video of Jonathan flying around? Jonathan has been crying when he because I think he is recounting what led to his defeat. He said, Kai, I was betrayed. Kai. And one of the people that betrayed me was the vice president. They sold me out. The other people that betrayed me were the likes of Atiku. So many people that betrayed me were in my cabinet. These were the northerners, the middle belters, and of course some people from the south. But he hammered on the issue that his deputy betrayed him. Now you have to understand. I used to fault the president that you cannot say someone is your deputy and you cannot close your eyes and sleep while he's watching over you. And then that is not deputy. You guys are just pretenders. Who runs a nation like that? Donald Trump can sleep while his deputy, J.D. Vance, watch over him. Why? Because they believe that they are serving one purpose. We cannot say that Shettima and Tinubu are serving one purpose. You all should remember that when the tax bill came on board, there was outcry everywhere that why is Shettima not speaking in support of the tax reform bill? Who were the people that were shouting against it? Shettima's allies in Borno, Ali Ndume, Professor Zulum, his mentee, these were the people that were aggressive, campaigning aggressively against the tax bill until the tax bill fell flat. Wham. Okay, the aspect of the tax bill that fell flat would have been the most beneficial to us in the middle belt down to the south. I'm telling you, that part that they dealt with, that they ensured that did not pass, was the part that guaranteed that the more you work, the more you earn. That was the section Ali Ndume and Professor Zulum were shouting, no, we will not agree. No, we will not accept. There has to be the status quo must remain. Why should it be there? The IGR in Lagos, if they are generating 100 billion in River State, if they are generating 400 billion in Delta State, the tax bill want to say that for that 400 billion, 60% will not be retained from Delta. No, you want to suffer us in Borno, looking at the fact that we have suffered insecurity. Those were the excuses. Now, Ali Ndume today say, Tinubu, you are going for vacation. I mean, okay, will the country now be on standstill? Let it be on standstill. Is Nigeria not standstill? Is Nigeria not stagnant? Is Nigeria not stagnant? Ali Ndume now wants to, he no hear say we dey talk of state police. No now. Kutambe shi mana. Basi jin sai muna yin magana state police ne? Baka ji ne? Ali Ndume. You know here say we dey talk of state police. That one you no talk na vacation wey Tinubu. Okay, Tinubu wey go do vacation. As he no go do am, wetin he talk? The man, we don't agree, we don't accept. The only thing wey we want make Tinubu dey do be say na fire for fire. They talk say na because of external madman, na why person dey get internal madman. For the south, we don't accept say Tinubu na our own madman. Oh yeah, they deal with the craze wey did not dey always show us. They deal with them even if we don't accept, we no dey follow the drag. Now you sabi. We see your 4 years so, your 8 years so. If na the 8 years for as long as the north they still dey talk say Obi is not worthy. As long as they keep saying all nonsense. Look at Tambowa. Before I digress, just look at what Tambowa said yesterday. Tambowa said he would rather vote an Atiku than to vote in Southern. That is it wicked? You did not know what they are doing. No, I mean, why Tambowa is still in PDP, right? He's still in PDP. That's the same Tambowa that stabbed Wike boom on the night of primary election. Haven't collected a lot of monies. I mean, he used to call himself Wike's best friend back then. In the axis of 2020, 2021, Wike was financing, but that's, by the way, we all know what happened. So that is just to, touch light how the betrayals of the North can be. Yes, we know that after the North in Nigerian politics, those that have perfected or that have learned the art of betrayal are the Southwesterners. And this is why I say that it be like say Tinubu make you kukuma carry the Yoruba logic, the Ewedu logic, take rub them. Say you know if you catfish for tail now, you try catch the catfish, you go fall off. That is what Tinubu is doing there. They want to catch him by the tail, you go fall off, bam. They are caught. So this one should they sabi play politics of chua. Hey, they sabi play politics of deception. Hey, Jonathan could not be. I need to give you some excerpt of what Jonathan was saying. This I just laugh. This is Jonathan. Is it the man they say they should come out? You see, this is why they will tell some people in the south. Anytime the north is pushing someone forward, be careful, oh. When the north pushed Tinubu forward, most of us were like, well, if Tinubu have to go, at least make Atiku no enter. But this one that not is supporting Tinubu above Obi. Could it be that Tinubu will be manipulated? That was their intention. Most of the things they thought was Tinubu would not spend maybe 6 months, 1 year, the way he was fragile. Everybody thought, Shettima, God. Hey, Shettima, everybody was shouting. That was the fear everybody. Tinubu deceived all of us. Baba got in there, he became a monster. I don't know if you play video game when you were young. Do you know Mario? They used to call it Kokumo. Mario with like 6 lives. Yes, that is what Tinubu has turned to now. The North cannot believe it. They are now seeing horror for horror in deception, in lies. Hey, I never see this kind of government before. Wait, Tinubu, you see, in South, we don't accept. We are legally, because in the South, generally, we are not entitled. We don't really depend on the government to survive, right? We are not such a people that when the salaries are not paid, commerce will not thrive. You know, if you go to the North, you will only see commerce thriving towards the end of the month and the first weeks of the month, because they are basically or largely civil servants. All right, that was what Buhari did. He just kept on pumping money. That was why Buhari set up the anchors borrowers, set up all those funds that he was giving to them, the loan, the all these you can name it. All right, and that was why when Tinubu came, he destroyed. Boom, stop it. Dollar and Ketiarian, boom, stop it. They started shouting, what's happened? What is going on? They are not demanding build international market for us. They are not demanding build schools for us. They are not demanding. No, they are not. Their own is return the weekly, the monthly allowance, return the bonuses that we have been enjoying under Buhari. That is what they want. So you see, if Tinubu deal with them, by the time he choke them, strangulate them, we will now come and sit down. All right, we will now come and sit down, because now they don't want to support Tinubu again. They are now saying, Jonathan, you are the best. You are the best that after sliced bread. You can run. You have 4 more years. When you were there, we enjoyed under. They enjoyed under Jonathan, but then now they still push Jonathan comot. Be the one where they carry put now, e don come turn horror film for their eye. They say, show the man where they supposed to support for South, which is Obi. Mokuna, this man now don't talk everything wey he supposed talk. You don't even talk past the one wey you not supposed talk. Obi has said a lot of things. I am sure if they ask Obi, will you marry a Fulani woman? Or Obi will say, I will. I am telling you. Obi has gone to the mosque. He has eaten with Alamanjiri children. Obi has gone to everywhere. He has vowed, swore. He has gone to Madam Fodio burial graveyard to say, I'll not go do past 4 years. So Erufai came out and said, nobody believes your lies, my brother. Nobody. That was one way they talk now. Aminu Tomboy came out. He said, I would rather vote than you see, they know that this is the last chance for Atiku, so they are pushing. But one thing is clear, that while they are doing that, I am sure the middle belt will align with the South. I am telling you. In fact, it is the North that is working for Tinubu, not me. If you have listened to me to this time, and you are understanding what I am saying, Tinubu's re-emergence, it is the North that would activate the South and the Middle Belt to vote for Tinubu. Because if they do not, out of fairness and equity, they may feel upon themselves to trust a man like Obi, that okay, he has said he will do 4 years, and in the South, but let Tinubu go. Let us push aside whatever grievance that we have in the past about Biafra. Let us support him. If they don't do that and they still bring Atiku, my brother, Tinubu go, he go get the election. Is it just my one vote that will make him? No, I might not even vote on that day. I might just be taking records. So you can see why we say that when the likes of the North are demanding for what they don't deserve, they are just plain hypocrites, and they want to play smart. They think they can play smart. They have done it for Jonathan. Tinubu has learned. They betrayed him. In just 2 weeks, if Shettima gets the power, a lot can happen. I will not be the one to say it, but I know that a lot can happen. In just 2 weeks, I am telling you. So many can happen. And when I look at it, I said, this is what you guys deserve. After all, you guys brought it upon yourself. The Yorubas, the Igbos did not vote Tinubu. Period. Or shall I say, a majority of the Yorubas in 2023 did not vote Tinubu. Let's say about maybe 60%, 40% voted, or 55% voted for Tinubu. The remaining voted for positions in the Yoruba land. In the South, the same thing. In the Southeast, the same thing. In the Middle Belt, the same thing. It was the North that did. Now they go carry, use their hand, go carry devil. Now devil, they use their eyes, fish again. They talk nonsense. Come on, go sit down. Let's listen to Jonathan, telling us how he was betrayed. Let's just listen to him. Thank you.
Politics in the Nigerian standard is about betrayal. You find it difficult to see somebody who will say the same thing in the morning and say the same thing in the afternoon and the same thing in the evening. I have witnessed a lot of betrayals, especially my 2015 elections. And Mike is somebody who, I have one other friends, but Mike is one person that will take a bullet on my behalf. So for occasion like this, I don't know how to comment, other people to speak, but for me, is somebody that you can take his words to the bank. You can take Mike's words to Access Bank from seeing the owner of Access Bank here. Most politicians, you cannot take their words to the bank. They will tell you something, the next 1 hour they are saying another thing. The next 1 hour they are saying another thing. Mike, you have tried, you're a honest person, you're a true Catholic. And I'm quite pleased to associate with you. In fact, whenever I come to Benin for programs, I used to sleep in his, I don't even sleep in the hotel. Though this time around, because the children, grandchildren, everybody came, so I said, okay, please, let the children and grandchildren take the house, I'm in the hotel. But that's how close we are. Now, Mike has been a good person, and for us to have the current Chief Justice of the state and about 3 former Chief Justices of the state here speaks volume. For us to have 3 former governors here speaks volume. And the caliber of people we see around here to celebrate mine speaks volume. I'm happy to have such a person as a friend, and I cannot say much, but all what I will do is, like my good friend Aswe Godalo is here, would have been a good governor of Edo State, but don't worry. That's the reason for everything. Yes. And the deputy governor is here, so don't worry. God has a good reason for everything. Edo State is also, it's like my second state after Bayelsa because of mine. Ordinarily, my wife is from Bayelsa, my wife is from River State. And I grew up in the old River State until Bayelsa State was created in 1996, because I became a deputy governor in 1999. But those states is almost like my second state because of the relationship I have with Mike Ojado. Mike, thank you for being a good boy. Not just a good boy, you're a good husband and a good father and a good grandfather. Because there's nothing about the family that you don't brief me, and I'm quite pleased with that. So let me, as the chairman of this occasion, while declaring the program open, thank all of you for coming to celebrate somebody that's so worthy to be celebrated. Thank you all.